I'm a wife and I'm a mom. I'm also a practicing attorney with my own law firm. I'm also a city councilwoman. Okay, I don't know why it's kind of boring, but there, city councilwoman, also founder of the Possibilities Institute, which is hosting this conference. Also, my husband and I have a foundation, the James Henry Foundation, which we'll hear a little bit about in a few minutes. Best-selling author. I have my first book was best-selling Amazon bestseller. My second book will be an Amazon bestseller very shortly. And then I'm a mom of a soon-to-be best-selling author, Jay Lauren, who book in a few minutes too. I am a public speaker, but most importantly, my passion right now is I'm a work-life integration strategist and leadership mentor. I work with women just like you to achieve your boldest, bravest, and most amazing goals, because if God has given it to you to conceive, then it's something that is for you. But sometimes we don't always know how to get there. And so sometimes we need support, we need mentorship, we need people to help open doors. And so that's what my secret sauce has been, working with women. How do you do that? I'll just share with you guys, this is the cover of the Free Times 2 weeks ago. Just a quick story about that. The story is called Tameika Inc., the branding of a councilwoman. And I'll tell you, I was walking down Main Street one day, and like I said, I've been doing this for a couple years, and so clearly those of you who follow me have seen what this reporter saw. I was walking down Main Street, going to get to my little favorite vegan spot to grab an energy bowl, and he said, "Tameika, when Councilwoman Devine, can I stop you?" He said, "This isn't really city related." He said, "But I've noticed you've been doing some things that it's just caught my eye, and I would wonder, can I sit down and talk to you about what you're doing and interview you?" And I was like, "Sure." And I just figured it'd be another little interview. And lo and behold, I start getting all these texts from people and pictures from folks like, "Oh my gosh, you're on the front page of Free Time." I had no idea it was going to be a cover story. I had no idea it was going to be as extensive as it was. But clearly, this story, he talks about kind of the evolution of Tameika, everything that makes up Tameika. And it's a really great article if you guys get a chance. But that's pretty much who I am and what I'm doing. Next slide, Jake. So it's advancing on you, but it's not advancing on the screen. Okay, so why is that not happening? I'm pressing the button and I can see on the computer it's changing, but it's not changing up there. So I'm gonna move on until they can get that fixed. So anyway, what I did want you, well, y'all gotta get this fixed because I want y'all to take out your phones, because one of the things that I want this to do, I want this to be interactive. But one of the things, y'all hear me talk about work-life integration a lot. Most people say work-life integration, Tameika, what is that? And so what work-life integration is, it is not work-life balance. Most people talk about, oh, you should try work-life balance, you should have work-life balance. There is no such thing as work-life balance. And so the question becomes, well, if work-life balance is unachievable, where have we come from? I mean, where did that come from? And what are we really supposed to be doing so that we can live the lives that God has designed for us to live and not be stressed out and trying to achieve something that's unachievable? And so with that, that's the old PowerPoint again. So anyway, regardless, we're going to work out our technology. And so anyway, I had to think about this. So, we think about what society has taught us about work-life integration, work-life balance, or just really the role of woman. And so I'm going to take you guys back. I mean, consider, years ago, and if we had this up there, it'd be this great little picture up there, y'all would see, June Cleaver and Florida Evans. Y'all remember June in Florida? For years ago, there was like this picture of, the mom, she didn't work, her whole life was the family. I mean, like, even in Florida Evans, it cracks me up that they were like living in the projects and always having financial issues, but she stayed home. And her kids were not like little kids. I mean, they were old enough that she could go to work. But that's really what society was telling us, is that to be the good mom, you needed to take care of your family. That was your job. And so a lot of us, some of us are older than others in here, but, that's kind of what we saw. So then you kind of fast forward, and then you had the Anjali woman. Y'all remember the Anjali woman? Some of y'all too young in here to remember the Anjali woman, but Anjali woman, which we had this technology working, y'all would actually see the commercial. was this woman, for those of you young kids who might not remember or know the Angelique woman, she would come in and she'd talk about, she'd have her nice little suit on and say she should bring home the bacon, she'd come in with her suit, and then she'd have the frying pan fried up in the pan, and then she's in the next little suit, she's all this sexy little thing talking about, and then I never let my husband forget he's a man, you know, 'cause I'm a woman. So that was like the Angelique woman. That's what we were trying, that's what we needed to be then, is the Angelique woman. So, you know, so then we evolved a little bit more, and then kind of my favorite little model of work-life integration was, and then if this again was working, you would see it's 4 beautiful pictures of Claire Huxtable. So, you know, we had Claire Huxtable, you know, the dynamic partner in her law firm who would wear these great suits. Yeah, that was fun. So these great suits. She's married to this great man. Talking about the character man. So the one on TV. She's this great man who loved her and, you know, cherished and adored her, and they were, okay, so it's kind of working. But anyway, she had this husband, and then she had these amazing children who, like, really never got in trouble. But if they did, she had the most amazing advice for them, and she would solve whatever issue they had in 27 minutes that the show was on, right? So, you know, so that was like kind of in the 80s. Okay, so then that was it. So that would have been Angelique Woman, but we'll go back to that. Maybe during lunch we'll play it. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, it's working out. So but she had these. So the little Claire, you know, that's her as a lawyer. She'd give advice to her kids, you know, whatever. She never had a mom guilt, or if she did, she never told us. We never saw it. So that was like kind of what people thought we should do. The thing about it is, with all of these, none of these are real. And so then it goes to, well, what is it really that we need to have? And so what I tell people and what I believe I am an expert at is work-life integration. What we need is work-life integration. It is the synergy between your professional life and your personal life. How do those things work together? Because as a wife, as a mom, as an auntie, as, you know, a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, a professional, whoever you are, all of that is part of who you are. And I think we just do ourselves a disservice by trying to compartmentalize it. And so work-life integration allows you to really be true to yourself and who you are and what your goals are. And so I love this, the Proverbs 31 woman, and this is the summary of who she is. Proverbs 31 woman forms a perfect picture of a busy woman running her home, going to work, building a business, making investment decisions, and giving to her community while continuing to be the bedrock of her family, the supportive wife, and a wonderful mom. So that's really what we're always trying to achieve. The question is, what does that look like? And it looks different for all of us. Well, what it looks like for Tameika may be different than what it looks like for Beverly. May be different than what it looks like for Chantel. But knowing what it looks like for yourself is where you're going to truly find your happiness. Because especially now when we have social media, we're looking at, you know, the folks who are, you know, buying their Louboutins and they're going to, you know, all these vacations and doing all this other stuff. You know, we're seeing what they want us to see. And so we're like, even people like me, people come to me like, oh my gosh, Tameika, you're doing this and you're doing that, how do you do it all? And I mean, I get tired. I'm not even gonna lie and say I don't get tired sometimes. But I know my limits and I know what I want to do. And what I tell people is I'm very intentional with what I do. And so I want to know, what does work-life integration mean to you? So this is where I'm saying take out your phones. So I need you guys to take out your phones and either go to, this is our test. So I've got 2 people I tested with who already put this out here. So don't necessarily use their words, but I want you to either go to, really just do this text. Okay, that's a little much. Okay, Tara, tell me. Okay, you're going to text Tameika Isaac 268. Okay, so you're going to text that to the number 22333. Okay, so the number is 22333. And you're going to put in my first name, Tameika Isaac 268. Y'all tell me when you get your thing.
Or you can, if you have a browser, you can go to polev.com/Tameika Isaac 268, and that will bring you to your mobile site. You got it?
Okay. Does everybody have it? Okay. So I want you guys just to tell me, type in just one word. What does work-life integration mean to you? If you had to say sum it up in one word, what does that mean? Does it have to be one word? It has to be one word, but you can put it more. You can do it more than once if you really have more than one thing one today. Once y'all get it the first time, it'll be easier next couple times. Yay! There they go. And so the way this word cloud works is, as y'all can put in any words, even if it's one that's been said before, and if there's one that's been said more than once, it's going to appear larger than the others. So y'all see what word is mainly sticking out there? Freedom. Freedom. We all want that freedom. We want that freedom. We want to be able to say, okay, work-life integration allows me, flexibility. I love that one. Flexibility. The flexibility to do all the things that you want to do. Because we all have a lot of things we really want to do. The question is whether or not we have the time to do it. So freedom, flexibility. I also see up here, centered, proud, transformation, sanity. I love that word, sanity. Holistic, community, peace, happiness, harmony, children, peaceful, mobility. All righty. We see it. Look, I'm going to tell you, flexibility, I think, has gotten more now than freedom. Well, flexibility and freedom are neck and neck. Look at that. Success. Oh, yeah. I was wondering where that was coming. Success. Yeah. Success is not a dirty word, y'all. Success is a real, we all want to be successful. I think some people feel like if they tell someone that's my goal is to be successful, that they feel like, that means it's all about me. No, success for me means that I have an 8-year-old who's a published author. That means I have, I'm building businesses with my husband that is inspiring other people and other couples to have meaningful relationships. So success is just not a bad word. All right, just a couple more seconds and then we're going to move on. But y'all can see what this showed us. So freedom, success, flexibility are the biggest ones. Harmony is now big too. Successful, peace, travel, sanity. Those are all the really main ones that have come up. So those are the things that work-life integration means to you. So the question I have for you ladies are, what does it take for you to accomplish those things? What does it take for you to get there? Because that's part of the thing that you're going to need to leave here knowing. If those are the things that work-life integration means to you, then work-life integration is the means to get there. This is the stuff that you really want. Okay? So we're going to move on a little bit. So let me tell y'all a little bit about, people just think I kind of happened into this because I've always really been very, very, very goal-oriented. And I've always worked a lot with work-life integration. But during that interview with the reporter, Mr. Trainer, he asked Tameika, when did you realize this is something you wanted to do? He was like, I could just kind of see. And someone told me this, and it said, I see a joy in you. And I tell people that because a lot of times people talk about happiness, but we don't necessarily want happiness. Yeah, happiness is situational. Joy is really what you want. And they're like, I see a joy in you, and I see something different. What got you into all of this? And so I have to say, and those of you who know me know this story, so I won't talk a lot about it, and I don't show this picture very often, but in 2014, I thought I was done having kids. I had reached the age of over 40. My husband and I had two beautiful little girls, and we were content. I can't say we were happy or we had joy, because we both really wanted another child. We really wanted a son, but you know, society again tells you once you get 40, the store is closed. You shouldn't be having nobody's kid. So, you know, we're like, okay, we're cool. You know, we got two beautiful little girls. They're amazing. We're happy. We love each other. We're fine. And so I really was focusing a lot on career, because although I tell people I did not make choices that kept my career at one level or another because I had small children, I did have to make, I don't feel like, I still never feel like I sacrificed anything, but I did make choices that I probably wouldn't have made if I didn't have younger children. You know, one of the things that we were going to show, those of you who were here last year saw it, we had a video, that didn't get shown, right? The video, my intro video, it's not a video, right? So in this video, you will see our forever President Barack Obama giving me a shout out from the stage. I was on that one. You know, you can't see that too much. You got Barack Obama saying your name, you're like, yeah, that's me. Time to shout. But anyway, so you know, when President Obama became president, a lot of folks in South Carolina were getting really great jobs in DC, and I had a few people call me and said, you know, you work on the campaign. Do you want to come to DC and work in the administration? I got little kids. No, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. And I don't regret any of the choices I made. But you do make certain choices, okay? So when we realize, okay, we're done, our girls are getting a little bit older, we're done having kids, okay, let me go back and do some of the things career-wise that I really wanted to do. And so I got really busy. 2014, I had set all, those of you who know me know, beginning year, a vision board, action plan. All right, let's go. So 2014, I had my vision board, my action plan, all the things I wanted to do. I was working really hard, not just in this business. I had already started doing some coaching and public speaking, so I wanted to do that. But really, I wanted to do more in law firm because I hadn't been doing as much. So I was doing a whole lot, and started having some health issues. And after the health issues, I was like, oh, they diagnosed me. They said I have a hernia. I was like, okay, well, I have a hernia. I can't be out of work for like 4 or 6 weeks after hernia surgery. I'm really busy. Okay, well, we'll just schedule that. You know, let's schedule that back like in April and some time. So I was like, okay, we're going to go. And then it goes, I move on. I decide, just kept going, working really hard, getting other signals, but I ignored them because I was so busy working and concentrating on my business. So anyway, long and short, found out I was pregnant. After I got over the initial shock of being 42 years old and being pregnant for my unexpected but blessing baby, I got into search, figuring out, okay, well, we're going to start our family again and we're going to, do this. So we went through the pregnancy. Towards the end of the pregnancy, we found out that we lost the baby. He was stillborn, and so this is a picture in the hospital room. But anyway, so after we lost James Henry, I went into some depression. I went into how people they're stressed and they start shopping and stuff. I was going on, I was paying for Disney vacations, and I signed up for Disney Vacation Club, and it was some $60,000 investment. My husband comes home, he's like, you did what? And of course he didn't want to, he was like, okay, that's what you want to do. And I'm like, I'm not spending enough time at home. We need to travel, we need to do vacations, we need to do this. And so what I realized is that, not that I wasn't happy, but that I had not really been intentional in the things I was doing. So when I say that this was the thing in my life that changed everything, that's what changed me to figure out, okay, you shouldn't have to say I can't do things career-wise. You can focus on your career, but you can also be very present in your personal life. And so that's when I realized that you need to give yourself permission to let your priorities drive your actions. Mr. Green? So if y'all can see this, this is kind of my little creation. If y'all see work-life integration, where people say they usually have this little circle, and they have circles that intertwine, and the middle is like the integration part. And I really don't think of that either. Work-life integration to me is if you have priorities, if you know what your priorities are, your priorities should be the center of everything that you do. And so when you have priorities, they will just drive what you do at work. They will drive your family and your professional life. And then the overall circle is your life. Because the work, the family, the community work, all of that is all part of who you are. All that's part of your life. And so I think when we think about, when you say, quote, work-life integration, that even tells you, that denotes that life is different than work. Work is still part of your life and it's who you are. So how do you do that? So you need to give yourself permission to let your priorities drive your actions. And so this is another little diagram I did. I like to say, if you are doing work-life integration, then this is you, and then who you are is everything encompasses you. So like you all can probably come up with a list. Like I say, okay, I'm Tameika, I'm lawyer here, I'm mom, I'm wife, all of that. And so when you think about like this cone and you're right here, all of that stuff is pouring into you. And all that's who you are. And you can't say one part is more important than the other. Yes, one part may have higher priorities, but you have to know what those priorities are. And when you know what those priorities will completely drive where you're going and what's going to happen. So does that make sense? So I thought I had, it's probably here. Is this it? No? Okay, you know what? I think we skipped it. I had one more poll. That's what it was. And maybe it didn't make it in here. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so this is one more poll. I want you to identify, give one word, what do you struggle with the most? What do you struggle with the most? Shane, with me. No, I'm asking you to come here for a second. She thought I put her on the spot saying, oh, answer that out loud. No, they're going to do this. I was going to ask you a question. I'm hot mic, so. You know, this is the thing about, you don't like my dress? Yeah. Nada, she had to run out. It's her baby's birthday party today. So she had to run out. But Nada made my dress. But anyway, but the other thing, it didn't have a place for it. So this is on my bra strap. So I'm hot mic, so you might hear me do that a little bit. So y'all are hearing everything. So these are some of the things that y'all are struggling with. And so I want you to kind of keep in mind those two things. What you're struggling with and what those things that work-life integration mean to you. And then over the course of the day, we're going to be talking about several of these things and how you can deal with the guilt, the time, time management, the balance, all those things that you feel like you're struggling with. And then how can you have priorities that drive your actions that help give you the things that we had in the other word cloud, the freedom, the stability, all that stuff that you want. Okay, does that make sense? All righty, so guys,